All right, it's the Albert Lewis Radio Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's talk radio without the fluff. And today we'll be talking about the investigation with New York Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo. Big trouble there. Is he going to be forced to resign? Well, he says he's not going out without a fight. Then later on in the program, ladies and gentlemen, teaching your kids good money habits. Yeah, I should have learned that a long time ago. And also, we have a story here that later on we're going to deal with what's happening in New York as far as the violence is concerned. A lot of violence over the past weekend. And then we're going to get into a story, if we can get to it. Six reasons or six means about constipation. You know, that's going to be part of our health segment. We talk about money, we talk about health, we talk about wealth, and we do a little bit of current events here in New York and a little bit of, politics we try to stay away from. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, lovely co-hostess of the Albert Lewis program, here's the wonderful Madam Deirdre Johnson.
Good morning, Al. How are you today?
I am fantastic, my dear. How are you? That's the question.
Good. I feel great. I feel great. This is a great week.
Is it? What happened?
Yes. Well, it was one of those weeks that was a productive week for me.
Okay.
You know, I got a lot done, so that feels good.
That is wonderful. All right, so here we are, another week, Deirdre, another week.
I know. I'm excited.
By the way, I'm not going to let too much of the surprise out the bag, but in the next coming weeks, we're going to find out if we're going to expand into the Washington, D.C. market.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, we'll be so.
That is exciting.
So we'll be in the number one market in the country here in New York, and we'll be in the number 7th largest market in Washington, D.C. And we are broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen, out of our flagship station. It is AM 620 WNSR, and we want to welcome all of you to another week of the Albert Lewis Show. And by the way, if you have to get to us a little bit later on, I'll let you know. I'll give you an email. We have not yet finished our website. I'm telling you, Deirdre, I'm making it very elaborate.
Oh, really?
Even our pictures got to be like high def. Like if I had a pimple on my face, you'll be able to see that pimple.
Oh, well, some things we want to camouflage just a little, just a little.
Yeah, just a little. But I tell you something, it's going to be wonderful. We're going to get that going. So a little bit later on, those of you who want to or wish to contact us, and we'll give you an email from there. Okay, so here we're going to kick off things with this past Wednesday, the investigation to Governor Cuomo's antics. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Deirdre Johnson.
Yes, starting us off, found an article with Gothamist.com. Attorney General investigation finds Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women. So in that story, they talked about after a 5-month investigation, New York Attorney General Letitia James released a bombshell report on Tuesday corroborating allegations that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women, 9 of whom were state employees, in violation of state and federal law. I'm quoting her saying...
They describe it on this page of the Gothamist. The Attorney General's report paints a damning picture. I just like to get dramatic. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. They got a little more descriptive. Okay. But Attorney General James said this is a sad day for New York because independent investigators have concluded that Governor Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women and in doing so broke the law. The 168-page report details how Cuomo regularly engaged in unwelcome and non-consensual touching, confirming the accounts of multiple former and current state employees who came forward in the last year. It describes how Cuomo and his top aides deployed fear and intimidation to create a work environment that normalized sexual harassment.
What a culture. I'm not here to point fingers or to judge people. What a culture. And culture, by the way, is one of the most important things you can have in a business or in a municipality or in government. The culture, and to know what was going on. Now, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is an investigation that's over. I'm sorry, Dee, go ahead.
Well, the report also details alleged acts of misconduct, so it's important to say alleged, by Cuomo that had not been previously reported. In one incident, the governor was found to have inappropriately touched an unnamed state trooper on a number of occasions while making offensive comments about her wardrobe and sex drive. So
there's no place
he's made
in that. I don't care.
I'm sorry?
There's just no place in society for that. I don't care whether you're a CEO or whether you're a top elected official. There's a certain respect.
No, I definitely agree. We're living in a different time now, where 20 years ago it wasn't right then. It's still not right today. But there was some, I think, allowances for people 20 years ago that said and did things that aren't tolerated in the culture that we live in now, with Me Too movement and
right.
Sensitivity to diversity and in a variety of ways. It's unconscionable. So it's.
Yeah, but it's still, and they say might have gone on maybe yesteryear, which doesn't make it right. But here's the thing, and Deirdre, as vice president of several companies, I used to take out new employees, new executives out to lunch. That was my thing. A new employee, I took them out to lunch. So whenever I took out a female employee, now being the vice president of the company, you know what I mean? So I knew I did not want to misconstrue anything. And the one thing I used to do before I even went out to lunch with them and invited them, I did a disclaimer. I said, listen, I take out all employees out to lunch, especially at the executive level, male or female. And I'm letting you know ahead of time, please do not misconstrue things or this luncheon as something of favor. Or something that's going to elevate you, or that I like you, or that this is something that's going to give you a pass in the future about anything that happens, or is something that I may do. This is not that. This is something I do for every executive that I hire. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. And I just explain it to them.
No, that's good that you did. I think what happens is that if you stay in the black or white area, as far as color is, I'm saying black or white in the instance of when you get a gray area, there are interpretations that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can be interpreted differently. So if you just keep it professional from the very beginning all the way through, there's no confusion of things. I think even with taking one employee out, that can be interpreted one way, so it might be safer to take a few of them out at the same time,
right?
Because it always comes down to a person, how they received it or their interpretation, and when they state something that they felt uncomfortable or indicated anything that was uncomfortable, you can't really say no, you didn't.
And that's not a bad idea.
That's what they felt. That's what their reality was.
As a matter of fact, what are some of the things Cuomo did? Because, man, that reaction he had to all of this was crazy. And it sounded like he called them a liar. That never happened. So you're going to say more than 20 women are going to come up and say something never happened? I guess that this is what good politicians do. You know what? I had a friend that once taught me, deny. And if you keep denying it long enough, everyone else will start denying it as well, and they'll start believing you. But you're not going to tell me, and this is alleged once again. No, you know what? I don't think it's alleged. This is an investigation that's over. This is what was found in the investigation. Right. So now he has to go through the process, and if he'll resign or whatever. But what are some of the things? I mean, some of the things I can't believe his explanation.
Well, some of the accusations of groping, reaching under a skirt, pushing, like having the palm of his hand go down their spine, their back.
Well, that's perfectly normal behavior. Yeah.
They have actual emails of or text messages, excuse me, of after one of the victims was harassed in a way that they're indicating that she made some text messages and sent them to friends, and it's considered documentation of what happened.
Well, so, according to him, I guess. Well, let's use alleged, because I remember about 20 years ago not using the word alleged got me in big trouble. But, okay, he alleges, okay, some of that behavior. He alleges that these things never happen. And even during his, his own response, he says, well, I'm a touchy-feeling kind of guy, I happen to be Spanish, and yes, we kiss, we kiss folks. I kiss parents on the cheeks and so forth. Guys can be touchy. Yeah, but you can't be touchy in a professional setting. You can't be touchy with employees. You can't be touchy. Anyway, I just
So
couldn't
it goes
believe it.
back to, again, their interpretation of it. In his eyes, he was just being friendly. He was being caring. It also had stated that he apologized for making anyone feel uncomfortable while outright denying some of the allegations, including that he ever touched anyone inappropriately. So it's in direct contrast to what they're
Exactly.
accusing him of.
So he's calling them
Right.
liars. I don't. Let me just put it the way it is. It never happened. So you're calling these many women liars. That's it.
It appears to be, yes.
Yeah,
It
liars.
appears
Oh,
to
no,
be
I
that
never
way.
touched them, but I touched them. I never did that. And that's what he said. When I heard his response, I was just and listen, I'm a guy. Okay, I know how things roll, but you're not going to tell me that all of these women you're calling a liar. You said it never happened, or they misinterpreted.
Well,
You
they're
can't misinterpret putting
basically
your hand
that.
under somebody's skirt. Sorry.
They're denying the sexual harassment allegations and stressing for the need for, he's entitled to due process and
Okay.
urging New Yorkers to await the results of the investigation
Which is
before
done.
judgment.
Which is not going through to the next step. But will he
Right.
resign? Now there's a big call. Even President Biden has called for Cuomo's resignation, and most of the remaining allies in the state legislature have done so as well. I think
Yes.
he's losing his base. He's losing his buddies. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't you give us we can't do a call right now, but you know what? If you can go on to our email, which is albertlewisradio@aol.com. We spell Lewis Lewis, by the way. You can use that email to correspond with us to any reactions, any communications that you want with the Albert Lewis program. albertlewisradio@aol.com. We spell Lewis Lewis. And contact us through there. And for next week, I guess we'll read some of the responses.
Right.
Go ahead, Deidre.
It's still a developing story.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see.
Now, there's also a question about will he be impeached? If Cuomo refuses to leave, it's very likely that lawmakers will vote to impeach him. But the process is likely to take weeks, if not months.
That's correct. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, there are more each day. It seems to be more and more of his, those in the Democratic Party, especially, that are in agreement with him stepping down, resigning.
And this, to me, is not it's not a political thing. It's not a Democrat-Republican type thing. It's a right and wrong thing.
Right.
And the
That's
investigation
correct.
shows what it shows, and you can't refute the investigations. It was conducted by the Attorney General's office. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Are you going to just sit there mute? Seems to be the way society's going. No one cares anymore about anything. But anyway, that's
No,
New
I
York
think people
governor.
care. I do. I think people care.
No, they're not.
Especially,
I'm not saying, but there's just not strong reaction. I just don't. I don't get it. So anyway, hopefully we'll get some responses to our email. Anything
well,
else?
I think that maybe we should pull that up. There are a lot of comments after you look at these stories. There are comments there. People.
You want to look? You want to read some
show
of the comments when we
expression.
get back?
Sure.
Yeah, let's read some of
That's
the
good.
comments.
mean,
I
just-
always
just
like
to
the
show
comments.
People do care.
And it shows that it's the pulse of the people. So let's do some comments when we get back. We'll do that, and then what we're going to do is we'll get back
Why
to.
aren't you the landlord?
Oh boy, here
Yes,
we go.
you.
Hold on one second here. That's what happens. We'll get back to our next story when we get back here to the Albert Lewis program. It's the Robert Lewis program. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Where's my music? I lost my music. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, there it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back with the Albert Lewis Show. We're going to go and we're going to read some of the comments about this thing because Deirdre, I just love the pulse of the people. So
That's what matters.
we'll
That's
get
correct.
back to the comments. coming up next here on the Albert Lewis program. All right, it's live commercial time. I just love live commercials. You know why? It's a live commercial, and it's like a testimony. And I'm not reading from any script, all right, because I know what it is. All right, RomeoPerks.com, ladies and gentlemen. What is RomeoPerks.com? Well, RomeoPerks.com, first of all, is an online telemedicine app just for men. Yeah, just for the bros. Brothers, the sisters. No, not sisters. The men, the bros. Anyway, there you go, not knowing what I'm talking about. But anyway, RomeoPerks.com, ladies and gentlemen. It is a simple online platform where us guys can go and talk to doctors live. And one thing about RomeoPerks.com is that if you start your free online visit, and it's a free online visit, they have a wonderful plan for generic Viagra and generic Cialis. Now, what's important with these things is that plans start at just $69. That's as little as $1.15 a pill. Ladies and gentlemen, it is amongst the lowest price of pills anywhere online on the internet. RomeoPerks.com makes it simple. Hey, no more bedroom stress. Connect with a doctor. And once that doctor evaluates you, you can start your treatment right away. You can start it online right now. And as I make my way through the RomeoPerks.com website, got a lot of wonderful information on how it works. So you can create your profile. You want to get online right now, as a matter of fact, from your home, from your computer, from your phone. Doesn't matter. You got to have a smartphone. All right, and create your profile. Then make an appointment and speak to an online licensed physician. Place your order, relax, and enjoy your medication with convenient delivery. All right, no more embarrassing visits to the doctor. And you can meet our physicians and advisors. Go to RomeoPerks.com. Free shipping, online visit, discreet packaging, amazing discounts. Also, you have vitamins and you have free gifts with your order. So start your free online visit. Go and click that red button. And what happens when you click that red button? All right, it explains to you why you can use RomeoPerks.com. Just register some simple information. They will not sell you information. So listen, get your love life back. RomeoPerks.com. That's RomeoPerks.com.
Whatever you're doing today, stop and take note. Today is Lakeview Day, Saturday, August 7th, today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lakeview Day, hosted by St. John's Baptist Church under the direction of Pastor Reverend Dr. William E. Thomas, is being held at Harold Walker Memorial Park, 1221 Woodfield Road in Lakeview. Let's celebrate our community. Come out and bring a friend. They're going to have basketball competition, face painting, arts and crafts, show your talent, puppet shows, step shows, and actual book readings by wonderfully made author Fritzy Richard. This is Lakeview Day today, August 7th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Take time out of the day and visit the park to celebrate the community.
You know, I might pass by on my way back home. I live in Patchogue, Long Island.
It's going to be an amazing time. I mean, we've been stuck inside for so long, and Lakeview Day is all about celebrating the community. They have a bunch of activities going on, and it's going to be a great time. For more information, call Reverend Sheila Thomas if you need to contact her today, 516-761-4913. That's 516-761-4913. Reverend Sheila Thomas can give you all the details on what's happening throughout the day and the time periods that it's happening. So come out for Lakeview Day.
If you're like most Americans, you spend every day screaming that it's a Tuesday and you can't believe it's not a Saturday when you get to listen to the Albert Lewis Show. Just want to say we're glad you're here.
It's the Albert Lewis Radio Show, broadcasting from our flagship station, AM 620, WNSR, New York City. Hey, grab us every Saturday from 10 to 11. And you can also get us your comments. And if you want to advertise, you want to market with us, you got comments or whatever, you can go to albertlewisradio@aol.com. We spell Lewis, Lewis. So that's albertlewisradio@aol.com. Or if you like, we're still navigating our Facebook page at The Albert Lewis Show. All right, on Facebook, The Albert Lewis Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, our lovely co-host, Miss Deirdre Johnson.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning.
Yes, we are.
Are you, Al?
I certainly am trying to navigate all this stuff.
Try to keep it upbeat here. But,
Yeah, I know, right? People have no idea the logic of radio and how it really works and what really goes on behind the
I know
scenes.
what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's something else. But we wanted to get to a light story before getting to some of our other stories later on during the program, especially the weekend of violence in New York City last weekend. All right, so what are we doing here? We are doing...
Well, we're going to do some of the comments. Remember we
Oh,
said
that's
when we
right.
left?
Look at that. I forgot. There's my dyslexia kicking in.
So when you said no one cares, we have 335 comments.
Oh, okay.
Obviously,
You're taking
I'm not
it from
gonna read them all.
our source. Yeah, just read a couple
Yeah,
of them.
but I just thought that was interesting from that story. Attorney General investigation finds Andrew Cuomo, as far as accusing, the investigation going on in regard to him.
In other words, a whole lot of mess.
Women. So 335 comments.
And he should resign, by the way.
That's what some people are saying.
Yeah,
any takers? One person says, any takers on if he resigns? I'm listening to the presser, and I don't see how he doesn't. Another one says, I think no chance that he'll step down. Someone else says, exactly, he has nowhere else to go. Anything else is downgrade. His shot of presidency is done, so he's going to try to stay right here as long as he can. So I thought that was interesting. They brought that, because at one point, he was really a candidate. I think people were considering him a candidate to run for presidency.
Well, as a matter of fact, here I found some audio of Cuomo and here's some of what he said.
Now, the lawyers say I shouldn't say anything when you have a pending review.
Okay, let's go over here.
I think it should be encouraged in every way.
I was appalled, as a matter of fact, on his response there.
It was unintentional,
Oh,
and I truly and deeply apologize for it.
There's his crying game.
I feel awful about it, and frankly, I am embarrassed by it.
Okay, well,
And the-
all right then. He's admitting what some of the things, and he's embarrassed, and he apologizes, and he's about to cry. And anyway, I'm not buying it. But anyway, what are some of the more of the comments, Deirdre?
Someone else says no. He has a lot of support from contributors, so they don't think that he's going to just bow out, without a fight.
So in other words, doesn't matter what you do. They're contributors, and doesn't matter if you threw a baby off the roof or something, as long as they're contributors.
Well, that's the opinion of one person, yes. They're different. I'm trying to keep it clean here of some of the things that are
I
said.
understand.
So.
If anybody can be dirty, let it be me.
It says, I hope you're correct because they sure got a lot of TV time when they publicly defended Cuomo.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, back to more of the comments.
that's it. So that's basically it. It's kind of split in half of what some agree that he should resign immediately, and others are saying let due process take its course.
Any juicy comments there, Deirdre?
Any juicy ones?
Yeah.
We want to stay on the radio, right? So I'm trying to.
Before we get to our happy
decipher.
story next. Go ahead. Yeah, I like juicy.
No,
I like
they're
juicy
all
radio.
about the same.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't want to read something that takes us to a different length.
Well, we're reading comments. It's not what you said. It's not what I said. This is what the people. It's the pulse of the people, Deirdre. We're just reading comments. It's just for radio purposes. I just like the juicy stuff. Okay, I can understand. See, this is Deirdre Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. She will not go off the wagon. And I appreciate her and love her for that.
You know what it is? A lot of their responses are responding to someone else's comment. So they're going back and forth. That's what. So I don't want to read a comment that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
to
but
our
it's
listeners,
we're not paraphrasing or anything. It's a comment. It's a pulse of the people. That's why I love comment sections. It's what people are thinking. Even if it's awkward, it's what they're thinking. You know? Makes for great radio. But anyway,
yeah, okay.
I digress. We get to our happy story. Teaching kids good money habits.
Teaching kids good money habits.
There we
okay.
go. Ladies and gentlemen, Deirdre Johnson.
Let me see. When I pulled that,
Oh, you got to pull that story. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're talk radio without fluff, but, at the same time, we got to keep it even keel here. And that's what this lovely young lady does for the program. I, on the other hand, I will come off the rail.
a lot of the comments got racial. That's why.
Oh, okay. No, we don't want to get racial here.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
good for
why
you.
it stopped. So
Wow.
let's move on to how to
I don't
teach
see how
your
that gets
kids good money
racial. But
habits.
anyway, go ahead.
As a parent, which I am, Al is also, you want the best
That's
for
right.
your children.
By surprise.
This doesn't necessarily mean you want them to have the best clothes, the latest toys, or coolest gadgets. Most likely, it means you want them to be safe and secure, and you want to lay a foundation that they can build upon to do well in life. The question then is whether you're teaching your children a key lesson that will impact whether they will do well. That lesson is about money. Without working knowledge of money, it is extraordinarily difficult to do well in life, says Sam X. Rennick, co-creator of Sammy Rabbit, a children's character and financial literacy initiative. Money is central to transacting life day in and day out. Where we live, what we eat, the clothes we wear, the car we drive, healthcare, education, child rearing, gift giving, vacations, entertainment, heat, air conditioning, insurance, you name it, money is involved. Yes, plenty of parents aren't helping their kids become financially literate. They found that nearly half of parents said they miss opportunities to talk to their kids about money and finances.
And that's parents' fault, and I'm guilty of that too.
I was guilty of
Yeah,
that.
I
I
didn't
think I
teach my-
did it later on
Yeah.
in life with them instead.
Yeah, I didn't
instead
teach
of-
my son, but I taught my daughter. Because you know what? They get habits, D. And if you
That's
explain to them,
interesting,
they're not
though.
going to learn it in school. That's for sure. They won't even teach you how to balance a checkbook in school. So it
Yeah,
has to come from the home.
It definitely has to come from the home. That's interesting that you said you taught your daughter, but not your son.
Yeah,
Why
because
is
my
that?
son, I was busy, and I was busy running businesses, and I just didn't have the time. In which a huge mistake. But my son and I have since, rectified our relationship, and now I go into everything. But my daughter, and a true story, she's going to college. She's starting
Okay.
college in August. And my advice to her was, well, what you want to do, baby girl, is why don't you go to community college first? She's studying to be a teacher. Why don't you go to community college first? It's cheaper. You get all of those classes out of the way, and then you go up to upstate New York, and there you get your bachelor's and eventually your master's because it's a lot cheaper. Well, she wants to leave from get-go. All right, so she wants to do that. So I said, well, there are consequences to that, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to save this, and this. I will, I will back you up with everything else. But if it gets too expensive, you're just not going to go upstate. Period. So she
Yeah,
went
I
and
think what
mitigated
she
her
wanted
expenses.
The college experience.
Yes, she does, but she could do that
three-year
2 years
college
later.
experience.
It's not about the college experience. It's about getting your degree. It's about then going on and living your life. And if it's going to cost you $38,000 just to start, why not start at a community college for less than half that, and you keep it moving? But she wanted to do it, and I'll tell you something. I'm proud of her. She mitigated those expenses, and now it's, she can go, and she's starting in August up in Plattsburgh, and it's under control. She got it down to, to something that's manageable.
Well, see, that's exactly it. She got the best of both worlds. She's able to go to the school that she wanted to go to for 4 years, and she figured out how to do it.
Oh, it wasn't
Right.
easy. At 17 is
But
the
that's
first
okay.
conflicts I've
That's
had
all
with her.
right. You have to look at when they come out of high school. I know I was this way. When you came out of high school, you want that experience of going away, being away from your parents.
Yeah, but it's
being on
costly.
your own.
There's a cost to that.
It is costly, but their frame of mind is not at cost. It's about their experience and what they have not experienced yet.
Yeah,
So
but you can do that
that's
later on
their
in life.
mindset. That's their mindset. Now, once they get there, and they see the expenses and how things add up, then they start to reevaluate.
Dad, my
some
car
of
broke
them.
down. Okay, looks like you're going to get a BMW, your basic method of walking.
That's a good one. Okay.
What are some of the tips?
Some of the tips are start with the basics at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So Rennick has been teaching kids about money through his Sammy Rabbit storybook character.
Sammy!
Since 2001, he has found that the earlier you start a child's financial education process, the better. Lessons should begin before age 7.
Wow.
I thought that was very interesting. Before age 7.
Save on those
Because
lollipops.
research shows that money habits and attitudes are already formed by then. I believe that. I believe because when my kids were, I guess, under 10, they were very aware of money in the sense of we want to use yours instead of mine. So
Yeah, it's like when you get married. Your money is my money. My money is my money.
no, I mean, yeah, they purchased lunch at school.
Right.
So that's an example of when they're using my money, they needed, or my husband's money. It was, we need $10, Mom, for lunch today. What are you eating? Okay, for $10 every day. That's $50 a week.
I'm an adult. I don't eat $10.
You know? But when it was their money, then it's like, oh, I can eat peanut butter and jelly.
You know what?
I'll just take a sandwich.
That is
really
a great example. First of all, my son thought there was such thing as free lunch until I showed him my paycheck, and see where it says New York City here. They take out that. You may have to pay for lunch, son, but we all pay for lunch. There is no such thing as free lunch. It's taken from the taxes. But you bring a valid point. When I was paying for my daughter's Uber, it was okay. She went everywhere.
everywhere.
So then
I
when she
know.
started working, I said, well, baby girl, why don't you take Uber? Well, Dad, is only a 5-minute ride. I don't want to waste $10 on a 5-minute ride. Oh, but it was Daddy's money. Oh, it's perfectly okay.
It's okay to do that. Second one is instill a habit of saving. Your kids' early interactions with money will likely involve spending. They see you using it to purchase things, including things for them. So it's important to teach them from a young age that money isn't just for spending. They should be saving money regularly too. Now, I have to admit, my husband taught me this lesson because I worked in the city at an early age. I was making money, and if I didn't have enough, I just worked more.
Right.
I didn't
Okay.
know too much about saving then. So it
Okay.
took both of us together to teach that to our children.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll come back with more tips. In the meantime, we're going to get right back. We're going to come right back with the Albert Lewis Show. Quick commercial break. And then we'll continue on some of the tips. And then when we come back, Deirdre, we're going to talk a little bit about that Wild West kind of action that happened last weekend here in New York City. We'll be back with that and so much more. Coming up next, right here on the Albert Lewis Show, on your flagship AM 620 WNSR. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. All right, it's live commercial time again, ladies and gentlemen. I just love it. Why? Because half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. But I tell you one thing, I'm talking about the Albert Lewis Show. It's a show that you can listen in on our flagship station, AM 620 WNSR. But at the same time, you get to listen to us between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. on this wonderful network. And this spot, ladies and gentlemen, is about Deirdre and I. Now, we are both keynote speakers. Deirdre also wonderful in keynote speaking about many different things. And we are up for hire. Yeah, it's a cheap way of plugging ourselves, but what the heck? While we're on the air, it works. All right, so if you need keynote speaking for any event, maybe a company event or maybe a motivational speaker, you can find us, Deirdre and I, together or separately. I know many of the folks love Deirdre, so you can also have her be keynote speaker to your event anywhere in the country, and yours truly. I like to use a humorous approach to everything I do. Or you can have both of us as a radio show to be your keynote speaker. And here's the way you can reach us. You can reach us on our email. Ladies and gentlemen, that's at albertlewisradio@aol.com. We spell Lewis, Lewis. albertlewisradio@aol.com. And that's our only point of contact for right now as we work on our website. You know, we did this in such a hurry, and we still have the developers working on all of our social media platforms and our website. But the best way you can get to us for just about anything, once again, Albert Lewis Radio at AOL.com. We spell Lewis, Lewis. And we can be there for your next event. Listen, whenever we do an engagement, Deirdre and I, we really bring up the troops. As a matter of fact, there's one time I was going to strip, but I didn't because just not the right thing to do. But anyway, it was part of the show. So you can get us and keynote speaking for your organization, for your nonprofit, for your business, for your event, and that's the way to get to us. All right, Albert Lewis Radio at AOL.com. We really make these events a lot of fun right here from the Albert Lewis program. Let's face it, guys, we don't like talking about seeing a doctor. I mean, we don't even like talking about our own health issues. But no more. Here comes RomeoPerks.com. You see, RomeoPerks.com is a premier telemedicine platform just for men. You can consult with a licensed telemedicine provider right from your smartphone. Now, you can do this anywhere, from home, office, just about anywhere. RomeoPerks.com cares about your privacy. It's that simple. RomeoPerks.com now offers 2 months supply of generic Viagra or Cialis for just $69. The lowest price anywhere online. So go register right now. Now you get discreet packaging, free shipping, and avoid an embarrassing doctor visit. Get your love life back with RomeoPerks.com. It's super easy. Go to RomeoPerks.com and register now.
Do you know what today is? Today, Saturday, August 7th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., it's Lakeview Day, hosted by St. John's Baptist Church, West Hempstead, under the direction of Pastor Reverend Dr. William E. Thomas. It's being held at Harold Walker Memorial Park at 1221 Woodfield Road in Lakeview. Come out and let's celebrate our community. Bring a friend. We're going to have lots of fun, where we're going to have basketball competition, face painting, show your talent, arts and crafts, puppet show, step shows, and book readings by a wonderfully made author, Fritzy Richard.
Now, did you say face painting?
Yes, face painting.
Because I plan to go out there after we leave here, the studio, on my way home. So I might drop by.
Okay.
You think they can paint this face? Do something with it?
I think they can even paint your face.
Okay.
I mean, I think they could camouflage.
Because you know I do have a face for radio.
Yes. It's really going to be a great event. I mean, it's open to the public, to the community to come out and celebrate. Everyone's been inside for such a long time. So come out for Lakeview Day on Saturday, today, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you need information, please call Reverend Sheila Thomas at 516-761-4913. Reverend Thomas can give you all the details of the times and activities that are going on throughout the day. It's going to be an awesome day to celebrate the community, and again have different activities that will enhance the young people there and just give them a time of fun. It's at Harold Walker Memorial Park, which is on Woodfield Road in Lakeview, and anytime from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come out and have some fun.
You know, Barbara, the number one reason that people feel like they need to live in New York is for better access to the Albert Lewis Show. Lucky. We're back from our commercial break.
All right, we're back. It's the Albert Lewis Show. Glad you be with us. Yep, Saturdays right here between 10 and 11 o'clock. I'm the aforementioned Albert Lewis. And with us, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Madam Deirdre Johnson.
Hey, glad to be back.
Yes, we're back. All right. And, well, where were we? We were talking before we went into the break about tips on how kids can...
Yes, teach your kids good money habits.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we'll conclude that before we get to our next story.
We're going to finish that up. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're going to finish that up. Number 3, create opportunities to earn money. Kids need to have money of their own so they can learn how to make decisions about using it. An allowance can accomplish that. However, you should consider requiring your kids to do certain chores to earn their allowance. Just about everyone values money they earn differently than money they receive. So we were just talking about that.
I used to make my daughter cook and do the dishes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my kids had a couple of chores to do. It taught them to appreciate money, it taught them to save. So it's a good thing. 4 is help kids learn to make smart spending decisions. In addition to wanting his kids to understand that money is earned, Sheehan introduced an allowance system so they could learn to live within a budget. So did you teach your kids about budget?
Yeah,
You did?
I taught you
Okay.
got to write things down, and of course, kids don't understand exactly because just like government, they think money can be printed out of thin air.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You're not Uncle Sam. This got to be paid for. Somebody has to work for this thing. You just can't
coming
print
from
money out of thin air and live in deficit spending.
Okay.
And they're
That's
like,
a
Dad, you don't
different
have to get that's going to be another topic.
You don't take it personal. I know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's,
Now
anyway.
that's getting political there. Okay.
By the way,
And the last one.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, the last one, show kids the value of giving. A key reason that it's important for you as a parent to teach your kids financial lessons is because you can share your money value through those lessons. If you value giving to others, you can instill that value in your children by helping make it a habit for them from an early age. That, in my opinion, is critical.
And it does feel
Teach
great.
them how to give.
Yeah. And by the way, ladies and
share.
I'm sorry?
No, to give, to share, and
Absolutely.
to find the joy of giving, and the joy that you get from giving to someone else, seeing how they receive that.
Yes. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't get us on a radio, let's say you're out of the area or every Saturday between 10 and 11, you can go to praise620am.com. Just click on it. It's a very good app. Patrick, who's the president of the network here. Very simple. Praise620am.com. You click that on, you unmute it, and you don't need to do anything else. A real simple way to enjoy the radio programming here, especially on Saturday and Sundays on AM 620 WNSR. All right, so let's go. We see time is running out, so we're gonna just hint somewhat. Last weekend, we had a violent streak here, and since we're out of New York City, we like to talk a little bit about New York City. And last weekend wasn't such a great weekend, and this is what's happening, and I'll share my opinion on why in a minute. Deirdre Johnson, you can share that with us, and go ahead. What happened last weekend in New York?
Last weekend, they actually named it the weekend's wild gunplay. Shows alarmingly what Mayor Adams, so mayor,
He's not
candidate.
Candidate, right? He's not mayor yet.
Yes, candidate Eric Adams speaking at the scene of the shooting in Corona, Queens. So they had a story about that. All the violence that's going on. It seems that Eric Adams may be Gotham's best hope for stopping out of control gunplay. But this weekend's madness raises a troubling question. Can even he restore sanity to the streets? In a truly alarming development, police say that, I'm going to leave the person's name out, but a 26-year-old gangbanger who's been arrested previously 25 times.
25 times.
25 times, shot a police officer specifically assigned to thwart gun violence. The lieutenant was lucky, he was struck in the ankle. He was able to leave the hospital just hours after surgery. And it's only because the Smith & Wesson that this gentleman had jammed. So I guess he wasn't able to do all that he wanted to do. But the question is, someone who's been arrested 25 times, how could, in this person's opinion, a thug like him be free to prowl the streets?
Well, but, okay. Once again, hate going into politics, but that's the mentality that's going on. The same way, you know what's going on in New York City, Deirdre, and you may not know because you visit a lot of places around the country. But in New York City now, you don't get locked up if you commit a nonviolent crime. Now you say, well, it's shooting a cop or whatever. It's violent. Well, This is what's happening. So what's happening is people are committing these crimes. It's borderline nonviolent. When they get to court, the court lets them free because of the bail reform. Now, see, common sense tells me if you're a criminal, then you're just going to keep committing crimes. Why? Because you're not going to get locked up until your court date. And then, well, you think many of them are going to show up for their court date? Of course not.
Well, they don't show up, so there's no repercussions
Right.
for it.
It's
That's
like
what
gun
you're saying.
laws.
Okay.
Look at all the gun laws. The strictest gun laws in the country, New York, California, Chicago. Well, they have the strictest gun laws, but criminals don't care about law. So why should they care about gun law? And that's what's happening here. So now you have these people committing crime after crime after crime, arrested many, many times. And this is a de Blasio thing, by the way. He was the leader of this. Oh, we can't let them in jail because they may not afford the bail. You know, I'm not a big fan, and I was never a big fan of Jesse Jackson. But I remember decades ago, Jesse Jackson said something that was so profound. And he says this: if you want to shut down the jails, don't commit crimes.
That sounds so simple, but so profound. Yes.
Isn't that? That's what he said.
Yes.
He said, if you want to shut down the jails, don't commit crimes. Then you get all the argument about what happened years ago, whatever. Well, these kids got to... Listen, here's the thing. Let me ask you this, Deidre. You see a gun on a table. Are you going to pick it up and shoot somebody?
No, not
Why?
at all. Because I know that's a crime and I can go to jail. That's
Right.
why.
So you don't have to. So the fact that you have guns coming into New York City doesn't mean you have to pick it up and shoot somebody. It is as simple as that.
Yeah, but people are making different choices, and the reason that they are, well, they have a variety of reasons, I'm sure, but it's not enough to make them
No,
stop
but
doing
it is because they're blaming somebody else already. Oh, well, poverty-stricken. Well, this and that. Well, you got to survive. Once again, gun on the table. Do you pick it up? I remember I was a guest at a talk show, and he called me a prostitute for the NRA because my thing was this: guns don't kill people; people kill people. Because you need a person to pull the trigger. But no, it's somebody else's fault. And, so that's what I'm saying. So look at all the repercussions. Look what New York City has become, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's what they were talking about in the article, just how many criminals are on the street. Their rap sheets are so long. One gentleman had 17 misdemeanors, including a sealed gang-related murder bust. So
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, Deidre. Maybe I'm the dumb one in the room.
No, I mean, it comes from, I mean, that getting to the root of that problem extends all the way back to, I think, what was allowed when, in your family.
Right.
My mom and dad instilled
Values.
instilled things in us, values in us, but it was also, we had a fear if we did something, we knew there were repercussions for it.
All right. Well, it is.
So.
And that's as easy as it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Albert Lewis Show. We'll be right back with more when we come back. All right. It's live commercial time. Yeah. Why do I like live commercials so much? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It keeps me busy. So, anyway, let me tell you about RomeoPerks.com, ladies and gentlemen. At RomeoPerks.com, they are an online telemedicine platform just for guys. Yeah. And I'll tell you something. Romeo Perks makes it really, really simple. Now, the best thing about Romeo Perks is that it's absolutely free for you to join, for you to go and speak to a telemedicine doctor about just about anything. But I tell you what, the big offering with RomeoPerks.com is that they have generic Viagra and generic Cialis for plans as little as $1.15 per pill. That's right. Get your romance back, ladies and gentlemen. No messy doctor's visit in person, because you can do everything online, right through your smartphone, right through your computer. And you can speak to a highly qualified, registered, certified telemedicine doctor about your treatment. That's right. So just go on and you can start your free online visit. Go to RomeoPerks.com. RomeoPerks.com, they have promo offers starting as little as $69 for treatment of quite a few of these remedies. All right, you can create your profile, place your order online, relax, and enjoy. And everything is completely confidential. You can go and speak to a Romeo Perks certified physician once again and start your free online visit. You know what they say? Start your online visit right now. Connects you to a doctor, an online doctor. No more bedroom stress, ladies and gentlemen. 50% of men will go through this. So I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're thinking. You have tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, of guys that will go through this. And I tell you what, free shipping, free online visit, discreet packing. You also have amazing discounts, and there's also a vitamin shop in there as well. And you get free gift with your order. So go right now, RomeoPerks.com, RomeoPerks.com, and get your groove on.
If you're like most Americans, you spend every day screaming that it's a Tuesday and you can't believe it's not a Saturday when you get to listen to the Albert Lewis Show. Just want to say we're glad you're here.
It's the Albert Lewis Show. Yep, Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen, right here on our flagship station, AM 620 WNSR, each and every Saturday from 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. And you can also get us on our email at albertlewisradio.com. That's albertlewisradio@aol.com. We spell Lewis, Lewis. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Miss Deirdre Johnson.
I'm back. I had to step away and get something to drink. Really
What
quick.
happened?
No, I just stepped away to get something to drink.
Oh,
Came right
okay.
back
No,
in.
you can drink. As long as it's not a drink.
Not a drink.
Not a
It's
drink
just
drink.
like a juice drink.
A juice,
That's
yeah.
all.
There you go.
That's all.
Okay, well, you drink.
Oh, we're back.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, we are back. All right, we're back.
So-
And this final segment. We just got a couple of minutes here. And what were we doing?
Last segment, New York City COVID-19 vaccine orders
Yes.
bring uncertainties to retailers. That's
Not
what we
only
want to talk
retailers,
about.
but we're talking about retailers, gyms, and theater. In other words,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, they're making folks, they're going to test it now, and starting September 13th, you are mandated to have a validation of the vaccine, or else you can't participate.
And that's what, and it's going to be even earlier for the retail community. So we found this story from Yahoo Finance, and it talks about New York City retailers could be next to require COVID-19 vaccinations for customers and workers. Last Tuesday, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
De Blasio.
I was waiting for that. Okay, he mandated proof of COVID-19 vaccinations from employees and customers of indoor eateries, gyms, and entertainment centers, one day after he mandated vaccinations for all new hires by the city. So now the new order, this new order goes into effect August 16th. And has the city's retail community scurrying to figure out if they need to respond somehow. And if they will also at some point be ordered to require proof of vaccinations from customers and employees. So amid rising fears of the Delta variant, retailers are bound to ramp up their e-commerce efforts, their online marketing, and, step up the social distancing and buying more online.
You know, I understand for the safety issue of other people because, this thing.
Yes.
But you can't make people do anything because what comes next? You got to wear green socks on a Wednesday? And if you don't, you can't participate? Maybe even get arrested if you don't wear green socks on a Wednesday? You can't mandate people to do anything. There are people with various reasons.
No, they can just, it's strongly suggesting.
No,
better?
they're going to mandate. In other words, you can't go in. Now, here, I'm in my late, 50s, okay? I'm going to do the vaccine thing, regardless because the numbers support it and, it is what it is. And, waiting for the FDA to approve this thing, that's another issue with a lot of people. But I tell you something, I'm just not going to shop in New York. You can't make me do anything. And then who's going to enforce this thing? Some minimum wage employee going to ask you for your validation? It's going to become a mess. You can't make. We can understand. Okay, you want to save people. This thing it's a worldwide thing, but you can't mandate. Then just don't shop. Just don't go to the gym. Just don't go to the theater. Anybody who's going to mandate me, if the supermarkets start mandating you, I just use the apps. But that's touchy. That's beyond socialism. That's beyond communism. When society or government makes you do something. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm sorry.
Well, this is the first issue I think that I'm either cold on it, where I don't say much, I'm kind of listening, or have very strong opinions about it, about a situation. But this is the first topic that I'm just kind of neutral.
Yeah, what's next?
Initially, I was very much into, I got the vaccinations, I got both, and I did what, was encouraged us to do. But it does seem like we keep adding to the plate.
Yeah. Do you know in some places of the world, Deidre?
So it does seem that. So
you get killed for having a Bible? Did you know that? Did you know you go to some places of the world, you'll get killed for having a Bible or talking about Christianity? Now, you may say that, well, they mandate that, but come on.
But it just makes you question what is next. As far as
what is next? And that's my thing. That's all. What is next?
I'm not saying they're incorrect, because
I'll stay away from people forever if I have to.
But they clearly have to control.
Well, I guess that's going to be over. That's it for the program this week, Deidre. So,
yes, had fun again today.
Yeah, well, we're gonna also talk about next week. We're gonna talk about a little bit about the rights here. That's all. That was just my big issue, mandating things, and we're gonna get a little more into that coming next week.
Okay. And we want to really encourage you to contact us. Let us know what you think. Your opinion counts here. Please contact us at albertlewisradio@aol.com. That's Lewis is Lewis. We really want, to have some real discussions. And again, we're not fluff radio. We want to be able to say it as it is. So just contact us and let us know.
It's talk radio without the fluff. All right, see you back next week, ladies and gentlemen. AM 620 WNSR between 10 and 11 o'clock. And God bless and just take care, everybody.